home races this year so far. DNS for Oscar, P15 for Lance, DNF for Leclerc, P12 for Sainz, DNF for Alonso. And then this weekend we have Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Behrman, and Lindblad. Do any of them beat P12? We have 5 DNFs.
Chances are yes. I think it would be an incredible fact if all of those guys had a bad race or DNF'd, but I don't know. We'll see.
It would be
we'll
a
see what it brings.
home race year, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm not like a curse guy, but it looked pretty rough.
No, that I'm not going to spoil my predictions. We're going to get into that in the end, but I think we're going to have some standouts here.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting weekend for sure. Silverstone is going to be the weather's going to be good. Our expectations, I mean, mid 70s Fahrenheit. We're
it's
weird.
It's going to be record-breaking temperatures of 75 degrees Fahrenheit.
Turn your
because
AC
Europeans don't know what AC is. Yeah.
No
rain.
We're still not getting that. Don't know when that'll be. If it happens, doesn't really seem like
later in the season.
Yeah.
I suspect
Brazil. We'll get it in Brazil.
Yeah,
as usual. Lots of super clipping, low battery. Max is quoted laughing that it's flat out the whole time. You're not going to have battery, and Alonso pretty much quoted the same thing, that it's going to be a semi joke when it comes to battery. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to deliver on the spectacle from the fans' perspective, because I think you're going to get a lot of passes in places where you don't typically see it. You know, we saw that last week in Austria between Kimi and Max doing a few moves here and there that were unexpected by other drivers. I think you're going to see something similar. Like there's probably some of those high-speed sweepers where inevitably someone's going to have more battery than the car in front of them, and we're going to get a strange overtake
outside overtake or something like that.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm excited for that bit. I'm not excited for quali, because I think this is going to be another one of those tracks similar to what we got in Australia and China, where it's all about super clipping and who has the best battery harvesting. But I think it's a sprint weekend. It's a new as of recent years. So that'll be exciting. New twist on things. And then I do think the race is going to be exciting. So trending down quali, trending up race would be my take.
The sprint might give us a good taste of where we're sitting before the race.
I think so too. I think the other thing that's going to be a factor here is tire deg. This is a trend most years that this is a front limited track. There's a lot of high speed sweepers, and it is a clockwise circuit. So that means that front left tire just sees a lot of wear, and I'm not going to be surprised if someone goes for a 3-stop based on that. It's warm again, so that's not kind to the tires, and tire grip is king. So
we'll see Max and Hamilton on 3 stops, basically. That's what we're going to see.
I would love that. That we've talked about that before. That's some of the things that make the races most spicy, is when someone's got the tires underneath them and they can just flat out send it. So I hope that happens. I pray that happens. It'd be a good one.
No, we always enjoy some spicy strategy. It typically makes the race more interesting. Even just the hope, like last year, Spain was the big one. We talked about it previously with the Max 3-stop that kind of messed up the tires at the end, but it made it exciting because you're like, okay, he's just
can he do it?
Quality lap after quality lap, just craziness. Sorry, I have cats interrupting this broadcast. Stop it. Moving on, the Legos are back, which is kind of cool, and they're carts.
Yeah, I think it's going to get interesting. I think it's going to be even more. They fully embraced the Lego cars the first time. It was 2-seaters, right?
They're hitting each other and breaking them.
They're like trying to use their own momentum to push the car forward. So you already know these guys are going to be banging wheels in these carts. There's going to be Legos flying all over the place. They're F1 drivers. They can't turn the competitive mode off. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast.
That'll be exciting to see for sure.
Yeah. Can we dig into?
So go ahead.
I was gonna say we should dig into upgrades, but you got something else?
No, I was going the same path. I was just
All
going to say
right,
there's not as
great
many
minds.
upgrades this race as previous. Um, Ferrari rear wing, brake ducts, a little bit of cooling. Do you want to jump on your McLaren boys?
Yeah, well, the other cool thing that I saw was there was a image that got released of Ferrari in the garage getting ready for the weekend, and we actually got a visual of the mechanism that rotates their wing. And so we
Okay.
talked about this in Austria, and whether or not that was the cause of Max's crash in quali was a failure of some of those components for the rear wing. Ferrari's is simpler, air quote, is the rumor. So it was cool to kind of get a visual of how they're doing that. It's pretty incredible what these engineers can do as far as making a component like that as minimal as they made it. It's literally like within the blade of the side of the rear wing, so it's millimeters thick. It's
That's
pretty
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
seen that yet. I'll look that up.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, I'm gonna be a complete homer this weekend. I think McLaren has got the pace. I think the super clipping at this track is going to be a benefit to the Merc powered teams because they've got the advantage on harvesting. Um, Again, Mercedes, no upgrades coming. And we saw that McLaren can keep up at previous races. So they are bringing a few upgrades. Um, they're messing around with this front wing. It feels like they're confident in that direction. They're going to move forward with that. Potentially some floor upgrades as well. And then the Macarena wing, we'll see if we get it during the race. It seems like we may get it in free practice. However, in the sprint format, I also wouldn't be
Might
surprised
send
if
it.
they bail on that pretty. They might send it, but I also think they may just punt, or they could just run it for like literally one stop and then put the normal wing on. Because with one practice session, you got to get your setup dialed because you go straight into quali. There's no other practice sessions, so we'll see how they want to play that. But I have high hopes for these guys this weekend. Yeah,
They have the pace. So we talked about last time. Lando's had a really unfortunate year, and last race was kind of similar. To be honest, it kind of just fell away from him. So it's his home race. I was kind of talking about a little bit of a curse action, but hopefully he has a solid race. Um, I'm a little worried for Red Bull this weekend, so we'll see
well
how that goes.
they brought a big package last weekend, and it's short turnaround, right? We were in Austria 3 days ago, so no time to bring upgrades. I think they'll be competitive, but I think
I don't
they
know
won't
if
have
it'll
the
be
advantage
podium.
they had from Austria. Yeah,
I don't know if a
yeah.
podium's in the running. Um,
We'll see
Haas.
Max though. Max will do Max things like
I always
always.
have hopes. There's always hopes. There's all these championship talks now because there's more races and less points than last year at this time. So it's like you see all this stuff, and you want to be hopeful, but I feel like
Mm,
there's more teams in the pot, which can like spread the points. It's not just like two McLarens and a Red Bull. It's Mercs, some Ferrari
yeah,
action. Like you said, Red Bull looks pretty good. McLaren's got pace and looks good. It's not just like 2v1. Anyone
yeah.
could
There's
take
a
it.
lot more potential to have a bad race and wind up in P8, whereas last year, McLaren has a bad race and they're like, oh, I got P3.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. A bad race
yeah,
is definitely way lower this year. So
yeah.
and the way the points might get dispersed are kind of weird. But sorry, going off. Haas rear wing update, nothing crazy. Williams weight reduction, so we'll see how that goes for them.
Yeah, they're finally
I
bringing some upgrades that's going to lighten up the crash testing made them add some weight in particular places for some bracing. Seems like they're finally starting to work that out. Part of it, I was surprised to see that it's deliberately causing outwash, and they're not the first team that a lot of people have interpreted their design moves as moving towards an outwash scenario, which is I know is against the trend of the regulation, but I think this is something we warned about earlier is teams want that outwash because it makes it more difficult for the people behind them to pass them. So we'll see how the FIA manages that moving forward. I think we're going to continue to see that unless the FIA steps in. I'm not necessarily against it. I do think we're in a good place, though, with the current state of inwash versus outwash and the competitiveness on track. So hopefully we don't go too far in that direction.
Yeah, it kind of just sounds like dirty air all over again, to be honest. So it's
that. Well, that's the point.
You've heard a little bit of it in the races, and it's like, oh yeah, dirty air. It's hard to follow. Obviously, there's always air moving when a car's punching through it. I hope they fairly manage it, though. I don't want to get stuck to that position where it's like I can't stay with them. It's dirty air. It's gonna ruin my tires, and they back off. Like that's not fun.
Yeah.
And we are in a good place where there's actual racing going on right now, and it's not just like we don't have DRS trains going. Like if they're in range, they're gonna have an attempt at one point. Like it's coming. They're gonna try something with battery. I don't want that to go away. We hated on the regulations pretty heavy at the beginning of the year, and so far it's kind of proven us wrong. We'll see how Silverstone plays out with the battery, but I'd say it's not like a 50-50. I feel like we're getting more excitement race-wise, like racecraft, than just super clipping.
Yeah, it's not the pure racing that we want, but in terms of the entertainment value, it's there. And I think moving towards the outwash things brings us closer to how things used to be, which I think, again, from an entertainment perspective, is a negative thing. But yeah, I get why teams do it. It's an advantage.
Any little hundredth of a second you could get. You brought the info on Aston's package, so I want you to talk about that.
Yeah,
that wasn't a me thing.
Well, their team base supposedly is like right outside of Silverstone, like literally in the same compound. So they've always been targeting this as their opportunity to bring upgrades and kind of maximize the amount of time they have to develop it. So this is supposed to be a big package. We're going to see weight reduction. We're going to see maybe some aero. We're probably going to see some more aero coming in a few races. This is essentially like a B-spec car. They're basically saying this is an entirely different car, rumored to be 2 to 3 seconds faster. I'm going to take that with a massive grain of salt, because 2 to 3 seconds is an incredible amount of time. Conceptually, I can't wrap my head around making that big of an improvement in one step unless it's literally a different car. Maybe it is, but
it probably is. And I have trouble with that too, especially coming in a sprint weekend. You have less practice time, but they are so far off. It's kind of believable that they stop in 2 to 3 seconds. Yeah, they can't. I hope you could do worse.
Yeah, I think from Aston's perspective, this was probably a very expensive undertaking when it comes to like their cost cap and how much they've spent on these developments. And so I think this is kind of the put up or shut up moment of their season. Like if this flops, they basically just have to accept that they're bad and hope that there's more opportunity to develop next season. But it seems like this move is to elevate them to a place where they're competitive compared to the other people at the back half of the field. And then they can slowly chip away and hopefully be fighting for points consistently next year. They seem to be claiming that maybe they'll be fighting for points this season. I'm struggling to see that right now. They might totally prove me wrong here, but I'm going to hold on until I see evidence of the performance they claim.
Hard to believe. Big package. I think their other big one scheduled was like Hungary or something like that.
Correct. Yeah, I think there's supposed to be more aero coming.
I could see them turning it around. There is a lot of time. Obviously I don't think they're fighting for anything crazy, but I could see them fighting for points.
No, I mean, they're only like 1 point separated from Cadillac right now, and we've talked about this time and time again. There's millions of dollars on the table, even between a P10 or a P11 in the constructors' standings. So they're going to fight for it, and all it takes is that one finish, right? We saw Alpine get lucky in Brazil. What was that, last year, 2 years ago? I've lost all sense of time.
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah. It only takes one race like that, and it could literally make your season. So they're going to push.
They also, with the ADOU, are so far back, they're going to get the most. I was learning about it today because we've talked about the money aspect, like the cost cap like bump for these teams depending on the percentage. So I didn't even know about this, but there's upgrade tokens. Um, so like the teams that are within the 4% but don't have the highest engine get one upgrade token. So like you get $3 million in cost cap, but you get like one upgrade, basically, like
Mm.
one major upgrade. So we are talking about like, oh yeah, here's the money. It's kind of unfair, but they're limiting the number of upgrades you bring with it.
Yeah.
So like, and I didn't dive too deep, but like 4% to like six something get two tokens, and then after that you
Yep.
get three. And I don't know, I'm sure it probably caps out at like three or four. So a back end team like that, they're going to get a lot of money to fix their costs, but they're also going to get more upgrade allocations. So they bring these two packages, and they haven't used their tokens yet before the next like testing period. They can bring another big package.
You keep saying token, and my brain is just like microtransactions,
Yeah, I'm
battle
thinking
pass, like
you think like battle
it's a
pass,
video game.
cryptocurrency, but like that's why I read about it because I was reading it. It's like, oh yeah, if the 4% teams get one token. I'm like, what the hell's a token? Like what we talk about tokens, but you get one upgrade, and then like one upgrade, two upgrades, three, four. So there's like categories, and then you basically have your token until they do the testing again. So like if Merck and
Yeah.
Ferrari are in the 4% category and they get their token, they could technically not bring an upgrade, which there's rumors of that. I don't know why you wouldn't. We've kind of talked about it for like a second.
Yeah.
Why you wouldn't use that. But if they were to not use it and they still were in that like range behind Red Bull, technically Red Bull will just not be able to bring a power unit upgrade for the
Hmm.
season if no one ever surpasses them. So if everyone's like, let's not upgrade our power unit to screw Red Bull, technically you could do that as like a strategy piece. Because like, hey, we
Hmm.
outpace them, but they have the strongest power unit, so we'll chill. It's like Mercedes has been good without bringing major upgrades for the most part. So
Yeah.
they're like, okay, well, cool. We'll just keep tweaking our arrow and let you sit up there on your throne of power while
Yeah.
you're in
I
like
mean, that
fifth.
part of that makes sense, right? Because Mercedes hasn't been keeping up with the development cycle that these other teams have been bringing, and at this point, the fact that we haven't seen much tells me that there is strategy behind why they're not doing that, and they seem to think that they can just kind of forge the rat, stay afloat while these other teams develop and just keep it in the bag. And whether that is for the purpose of, tanking their ADOU or, just holding something in the back pocket and they're going to come out and be like, boom, we're a second faster than anyone else. Or, we'll see what they do with this. But, they seem to be in a really good place when it comes to the cost cap if they're not bringing the development. They're spending money on all these power units and batteries they're flying through.
Unfortunately,
But
their money is going other places. But in theory, if they're keeping up without bringing upgrades, they just have money sitting there ready to go. So yeah, maybe they do have something in their back pocket where it's like, oh, you guys finally like are a little bit ahead of us. Guess what we've had sitting right here? Oh, look at our turbo upgrade. It's bigger.
yeah,
You know, you know. Um, I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting the ADOU thing. Until this year, neither of us have really like dove into it. So
yeah.
or
Well, I
seen
think
it.
it might be new for this season
It
with the
might.
new reg
Yeah,
set.
I was just thinking it
But
might be new, but it's a whole new thing to learn about. So just seeing that today, I'm like, oh, that's interesting that you can sandbag while you're in first and it like benefit you even more. Like you would think, okay,
yeah,
cool, we get an extra 3 million in upgrade, let's send it. But it's like, just sit on our hands over here and just watch you just flutter over there with no upgrades, Red Bull. Try to keep Max. Try to. No, it's
yeah,
interesting. The only other upgrade we have is Cadillac with brakes, fixing their Austria problem that happened in like lap one. There's a it's
yeah.
a
Their
rough
double
race
double
weekend.
DNF bringing upgrades was a little bit rough, and so it looks like they've made some changes to the brakes to try to mitigate. whatever the cause of their failures were.
Hopefully,
Nothing
with
from Merck.
4th of July, they don't light on fire. That's
Yeah,
a fireworks
well,
thing.
we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to talk about Cadillac. Nothing from Merck, nothing from Red Bull, nothing from Alpine, nothing from VCarb, nothing from Audi. So, they all recently brought packages.
Yeah.
And this, however this worked out with the calendar, just, wasn't on their upgrade development plan. So we've got a week break after this, and then Spa. I'm willing to bet that we see more upgrades.
I love Spa. I cannot wait. Not necessarily always the most exciting race, but I just love that race.
No, it's a great track, and unfortunately, I think weather and safety has turned it into what it is. So
true. Yes.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Should we get into liveries? Because man, do we have some bangers this week.
Yes. Start with Williams. Because it's
not a banger.
No.
I'm so tired of this. Why do we go through all this? Like,
we had the same thought on this.
For those that haven't seen it, it's literally just like the front nose cone, and the sides, which were already black, now have like red, white, blue streak rippy things through them. I don't know if they're supposed to be fireworks or not. They're a British team, so I don't know why they'd have fireworks. Maybe they're just trying to be patriotic about Great Britain. I don't get it. It's another one of those liveries, which, for those of you that are keeping track, Zach and I hate, right? These little ticky-tacky upgrades that aren't noticeable on track, and they make a big deal about it, and they spend money doing social media and photography and like, oh, we're doing this cool thing. And it's such a waste of an effort. Like, why are they trying to do this? It really irks me as a designer.
Williams, you don't have the weight to waste on a livery. It's going to cost you 1/100th of a second. You can't do that.
Well, the thing that bothers me is
effort on a bad team.
Williams has such good historic liveries in their back pocket, going back through their history. The Gulf livery, the BMW era liveries, all the way back through this, right? And they just put these little things on the nose. I don't get it. This is your home race.
Yeah, it's time to be nostalgic. Do something.
Not to skip ahead, but take notes of what McLaren has done, right? That's how you do this.
McLaren nails the timely
F for Williams.
Get past them. I want to talk about Lewis because I was dying today when I saw this. So last year we made fun of the yellow helmet on top of the Ferrari because it looked like an egg, which is hilarious. But now his new thing for his home race is yellow gloves. And if y'all know, the racing gloves are like this long. Well, they literally look like the yellow dishwashing gloves. So the whole yellow thing he's doing is not working for me.
Well, he made breakfast, and now he just needs to clean it.
Hopefully in his sake, he's cleaning up all the cars he beats. But, yeah, I saw that. I was dying. Great driver. I love to make fun of him. Side note, he has a phenomenal record around Silverstone. It is unreal.
Home GP. He's the man with the experience and the pace, and he's going to have an X factor here. He's going to finish ahead of Leclerc in my book. This is a easy, not a betting man, but that's where I'd put my money. Yeah, at first I was a little bit disappointed when I saw that, and they just had the post about Lewis and like the special thing, and I was like, why are we not making this more of a deal? And then I realized it's Ferrari. Of course, they're not going to celebrate Great Britain.
No.
They don't even celebrate their own home race well, and it brings me back to like their HP livery when they launched that, and there's like, oh, the blue livery, and everyone was all excited about what it could look like, and they're like, here's a blue stripe. And we're like, no, really?
Where was the blue Ferrari?
Yeah.
Do something crazy. Yeah, they're not going to let Lewis do that. You can stick with your yellow thing. Here's your gloves. Go wash some dishes. That's
Ferrari is the NFL of F1. They're the no fun league. They,
no
they
special
sue
cleats.
people that modify their cars. They, don't let you do this. They only grant certain people the licenses to use their cars.
Make
Like,
sure your socks are up to your knees. I mean, we could go into this. I mean, the
yeah,
NFL is lame when it comes to this. Love
yeah,
watching the NFL, but give some creativity.
yeah. So I
Something.
put Ferrari in that same boat. That they're always very conservative and never really. There's been one or two in the last 5 or 6 years that have been like, that's a decent livery, but for the most part, it's always underwhelming. So, but I digress.
Yeah, let's not do that. Stroll,
Home.
Aston home race. He's
Yep.
got the bronze helmet, which is pretty cool.
I like it. They had this bronze. What was that, 2 races ago, or was it in Canada? I don't remember.
I believe
I
it
don't
was
remember when they
Canada.
did the bronze thing. It looked okay. I think it contrasts and complements the green well, and I think it looks good on his helmet. So yeah, good on
Nothing
him.
to rave
I'm
about.
surprised no
It's
special
fun.
livery, but obviously the focus was on bringing their performance upgrades. So
I
they don't
think
want to
with where
celebrate too
they're
early.
at, kind of like Williams, like show. We talked about this earlier, actually. Why are you putting effort into a livery, even if it's your home race, when like you're having a disaster season?
Yeah,
Like
Williams
I think
should
it's
either needs
smarter
to
than
do
to
what
not do it.
McLaren did, but they're not in the position to do it, so they should be doing what Aston's doing, right? Is we're going
Yeah,
to focus elsewhere, and we're not going to spend the time and energy on that. So,
but if it's America's birthday and your
yeah,
Cadillac and it's your first year in F1, you need to send it.
this is what you and I have been waiting for since the livery reveal for Cadillac way back in, what was it, February?
uh, yeah,
Full embrace America,
America,
stars and
America.
stripes. They own it with the race suit. Botas helmet is amazing.
Bottas needs to become a citizen, man.
He's gonna have so many passports. He's already like part-time Australian. He's gonna be welcomed by the Americans after this one. The wildest thing about all of this is happening on 4th of July weekend. They are in Great Britain.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is this 2026 or is this 1776? 250 years, American independence from Great Britain. Boy, oh boy, does Cadillac have some balls for doing this. This is
love it.
awesome.
It's the most American thing you could do, especially not using an American wearing it. That's the
No.
most like, and it's the perfect person, like
Mm-hmm.
bleached blonde hair, mustache, mullet, and his like thong bathing suit, like
Yeah, his
and his
butt
bicycle.
calendars,
I
whatever
mean,
he
this
has.
dude, like if you could pick someone that feels like backcountry America redneck, like, he fits the profile.
Man,
It's
the only
great.
thing that could have made this better is if Cadillac released a pickup truck in memory of this. Like, jeez.
Only 10 made. One was given to Botas.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
It's,
love it. This is exactly what you and I want out of a livery. It's bold. It's different. You're absolutely going to notice it. It embraces the team character. It's fun. No notes. This is fantastic.
yeah, I mean, 4th of July, U.S. just won in the round of 32 in the World Cup. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it fits. Like, it's beautiful.
A double DNF never felt so patriotic.
It will feel so sad because you won't see it go around. But if that does happen, you have beautiful still shots of what the livery looks like. So
Mm-hmm.
if they
The stewards
DNF,
just
make
wanted
sure
a
you
closer look.
pay attention.
Yeah, maybe they'll play Freebird. We'll get a Cadillac Podium and they'll play Freebird.
I'm gonna mute the broadcast and just have that playing in the background the whole time.
Yeah. By the way, anyone in the U.S., if you watched the U.S. game the other night, when they won against Bosnia, they did play Freebird. Glorious. Love to see it.
After a crazy game, because yes, America. Let's Cadillac. Well done. I hope you somehow end up in the points. That would be awesome. Hopefully not at
Hey,
the cost of
we
my
never
team, but
really saw the pace of their upgrades because they were behind in
they were
practice
on
and they
fire right
DNF'd
away.
in the race. So, not in a good way.
They were literally on fire.
Watch this segue. Speaking of on fire, check out McLaren's livery, dude. This is gotta be one of the best special liveries in the last
It's
10, 15
phenomenal.
years.
I was waiting to hear you talk about this.
I am in love. It's absolutely the best one we've seen since Red Bull's Japan livery. Maybe I'm biased.
Still my wallpaper, people. Still my wallpaper.
I might like this one more than Japan Red Bull. I might. And I'm okay if you don't agree because you're a Red Bull fan and I'm a McLaren fan.
It's a fair trade though.
It's not just the fact that it pays homage to the old McLaren and Bruce McLaren in the 60s eras of F1. It's the color. It's not just white and green. It's an iridescent white. Like it's kind of pearlescent, like the accent of that. And it plays off of the Gemini logo too, where it kind of has the like rainbow color wheel looking thing. It comes together so well. I always love a dark forest green on F1 cars. It's probably why I have Aston's livery higher than it really should be in my tier list.
Why
green just looks good. And on to top it off, McLaren's got the special race suits. It's white, and there is a trend. The last 2 times Lando has worn white, he has won. So, I don't know. I've got high hopes. Spoiler alert, I don't have him winning the race, but I think McLaren's going to do really well here. And to top it off, they've got some special lids, both Lando and Oscar. I particularly love Lando's because I'm a Lando fan.
Chrome squiggles, or whatever
small
you want to call them.
just chrome on his little squiggles. I don't think you're really going to notice it in the broadcast, but in photos it looks sick. He's got his fan zone in Silverstone and Stowe at the beginning of Sector 3. I think it's just going to be a fun weekend for McLaren.
I think it'll be a very fun weekend. Piastri released 3 helmets, but I have no info on it. I tried to figure it out, but he literally just posted on Instagram. Was like my effort. It was really hard to release 3 helmets at once. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, are you going to do like practice sprint race or like sprint quali race? Like, I don't. It's not even a home. I don't know what he's doing. It's not even a home race. I don't know what he's doing. He's like, I forgot to release one last weekend, and then the race that I knew I was going to DNF, I didn't wear it that weekend because my car was going to explode. So that's a weird one.
Oscar 2-stop confirmed. He's going to switch his helmet out at each pit stop. 3 lids for the race.
Wild. I know that would probably be very illegal somehow, but that would be wild. It's probably not in the rule book actually.
I don't know. They're allowed to change steering wheels and stuff. So true. Maybe.
I mean, just a little bit longer pit stop. Who knows? Before we get, we're basically done before we get into predictions. I'm interested to see how Lindblad does at a home race. First time. Mm-hmm. Him and Liam have kind of been neck and neck. I want to see if that home race advantage kind of helps him or the trend of the year. He just falls on his face. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm liking Racing Bulls this year. Liam's been good. Lindblad, race 1 was blocking Max. He's come out fiery, so fun to watch.
Yeah, I think they're going to be potentially both in the points, but I think they're going to be right around that P10 bubble. I would love to see Lindblad have a good home race. I think it's possible. I think he's got it. Lawson has looked just a little bit sharper as of recently, but maybe that'll change.
I think he's grown. I just watched his high performance interview podcast, which is pretty cool. Learn about him more. So go watch that. Cool podcast. Not to take away from us. High performance. Great. Dude's legit.
Subscribe. Go watch that.
Subscribe. High performance podcast is really cool. They interview a lot of F1 drivers. Adrian Newey, Toto, you could go down the list. It's cool.
Mhm.
Predictions. Hit me. Oh, and we're keeping track now.
Yeah, so start at this point moving forward, we are keeping track. So my proposal is we're going to break this into 3 categories. We're going to make our predictions for the 2 drivers on the front row
I
for
didn't know about
quali.
this proposal, by the way, so this
It's
is new.
okay. You're on board. You don't get a choice.
Let's do it.
Front row, your top 2 drivers, your podium, top 3 drivers, and then you have the option to propose as many. I'm going to call them X factors, just general predictions for the race. So, as I am the one who initiated this, I will go first. I think
Wait,
we are going to
unlimited X factors, or should we limit that? Because you can go kind
I
of
think
crazy.
it's unlimited, but my idea is if you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, you lose a point. So it's a gamble.
So end of year, if I'm down 10 points, I can just put all my chips in, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Cool. All right.
Yeah. Just
Fair.
it's the X factor. So I'll go first as I initiated this, and then we'll rotate every race week. So you're gonna go next for Spa. So on the front row, I'm gonna go Kimi George. I think the Merc engine is strong. I think McLaren's going to be right there with him, but I still give the advantage to Mercedes until I'm proven otherwise. Kimi still looks sharper than George, so 1-2 Mercedes. Podium, I'm going to Kimi, possibly even a Grand Slam this weekend. I think Kimi looks sharp, Mercedes looks good. But Kimi, P1, Lando, P2. I think they're going to come on strong with the race pace. We've seen tire wear advantages compared to other teams. And I think George, P3.
Our podium's very similar.
Yeah. Who do you got for front row?
I have Kimi Lando.
Okay. I like it. What do you think for podium?
I know my first 2. You could put Kimi Lando, but I've been debating my P3 the entire podcast so far. So I really want to say Max because I want him to get in the fight, but I know that's probably not super realistic because the Mercs are better with the super clipping. Oh, and I hate to count Hamilton out. That's crazy.
I'm gonna give you the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I like it.
You copied one of my X factors because I just looked at yours and I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah, so I've got 2 X factors this week. I'm gonna say both McLarens are in the top 5. Whether that's P4 or P5, I think at least one of them on the podium.
All right, question about the X factors though, because I mean you can say like I think both Mercedes are gonna be in the top 5. So that doesn't feel like an X factor.
No, yeah, I think it's got to be bold in some way.
Won't be cheeky, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
ground rules.
I think it's got to be bold or something different than that's against the trend or something like that.
Okay.
So I'll give you my second one. My second one is Aston is going to get much closer to the points and will narrowly miss out. So I'm thinking like a P12 or something like that.
All right. You sprung this on me. I was going to say both McLaren's in top 5, but I don't want to say that now.
Something with Red Bull, something with V-Carb, something with Cadillac.
I was thinking Cadillac.
Bottas, podium.
God, I have no points to lose. Colapinto in the points.
I like it.
Do I want another one?
You don't need to.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's fine.
Sweet. Okay.
Cool with that.
Well,
Call Pinto on the points.
we will revisit this in our race recap, and we'll see how we did.
Yeah.
We were very close in Austria. You and I did very well in our
Yeah.
predictions in Austria, so hopefully the trend keeps up.
Silverstone's hard right now because it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm really torn up about this podium, but I like it. So come on, Oscar, call Pinto. But we'll catch y'all after the race. Happy 4th of July. Bye.
America.
America.